we're going to make our predictions for WWE Elimination Chamber. If you all don't, hit up FightfulWrestling.com that night. Join our live coverage. Hundreds, thousands of comments. Lots of people there to hang out and talk. And right afterwards, we go live with a post-show podcast. Let's get into it. Baron Corbin versus Braun Strowman. There ain't no way Braun Strowman loses this, Alex.
I can't imagine, but then again, they always find some result every pay-per-view that makes me go, what? This result was in service of what? And that honestly might be this. If they decide they want to do, we're going to do Braun versus Corbin 2 at Fastlane. Like, nobody wants to see that. You don't have to overthink this. Just let Braun smash Baron Corbin for like 4 minutes and be done with this feud.
Finn Bálor takes on Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush for the Intercontinental title. If Bálor pins either man, he becomes the champion. I think this would be a way that he could pin Lio Rush and get the title.
Yes.
And honestly, Bálor with the Intercontinental title kind of raises the profile of that championship.
It does. I think to me, it doesn't make sense for this stipulation to exist with Lio Rush in the match unless you have Finn Bálor pin Lio Rush to become champion. Otherwise, just have them have a match and Bobby Lashley wins. I think this is all set up to have Finn pin Lio and become champion, and then Bobby, because he wasn't pinned, he doesn't act. It's not necessarily an automatic rematch, even though it technically is an automatic rematch, and he'll fight Finn for the Intercontinental title at Fastlane, and then they'll figure out some way for it to become a multi-man match at WrestleMania. Those Intercontinental title multi-man matches, maybe Kevin Owens gets involved in that match at Mania. Those Intercontinental title multi-man matches at Mania are always fire, and it'd be great to see Finn holding it as he comes in. He deserves it.
Akira Tozawa takes on Buddy Murphy. No buzz around this match, at least in the grand scope of things.
Yeah, it was a weird deal. Like they had a fatal four-way to decide who an elimination match a couple of nights ago on 205 Live, decide who's going to face Buddy Murphy, and nobody in that match really made sense. So I feel like Buddy's holding this thing. I don't know who he faces at Mania. I feel like it's got to be a major deal, though. I don't think Buddy Murphy loses this thing until Mania at the earliest.
I think you're right. I'm going with Buddy Murphy as well. The Miz and Shane McMahon against the Usos. Now, the Usos, at least of last couple weeks, had not re-signed their deals. As we've seen with the Revival, tag team titles are not beyond being dangled as incentives, Alex. Yeah. How do you think that affects the Usos?
It's early enough in this storyline that they might not get it here. They might get it down the road if this little feud continues. I also could easily see the Usos getting it, and then either Shane or Miz turning on the other and giving us a program through March into Mania, because I think a lot of people are speculating we might get a Miz versus Shane match at Mania.
I would much rather them stick with Miz and Shane as a tag team.
So would I. I would much rather see that. I just don't know what their plans are. I would love to see the Usos have it again and have them have some fresh matchups. There's all kinds of people they could face now that they haven't had a chance to.
Especially whether or not people agree with Shane McMahon being thrust into the storyline, he does add an awful lot of star power to a tag team title match at WrestleMania with him in it. And the thing is, he can still go. He can still go. So,
yeah.
Ronda Rousey versus Ruby Riott.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I like that they're doing this thing where your top title holder in the male never shows up. But
I know what's going to happen.
I'm going to win.
Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to give Goldberg his ticket to this pay-per-view. Goldberg's going to run in and spear Ronda Rousey. Ruby Riott will frog splash Ronda Rousey, win the championship, and go on to beat Kurt Angle at WrestleMania. That's my prediction.
I like it.
It's going to happen. Ronda Rousey's winning this.
No,
Elimination Chamber match. Bryan, Styles, Orton, Kingston, Samoa Joe, Jeff Hardy. I can't see how anybody but Daniel Bryan wins this match. He
doesn't.
is the hottest thing on SmackDown Live on the men's side of things. Plus, I got that new belt.
Yeah, it does. Yes, exactly. It doesn't make sense for anybody to win but him. Until when Mustafa Ali was pulled, I thought to myself, "There's really nobody that I want to see win this thing. Like, it's not a big deal to me. This is the match immediately lost so much cachet from me. Replacing Kofi and then having Kofi have tonight gives me somebody to root for, even though I know they're not going to win. Like, that's always a kind of an interesting thing to me in these kind of matches where the outcome seems a foregone conclusion, to have that guy that you root for just because there might be a chance. But no, it's definitely going to be Daniel Bryan.
The Women's Tag Team Championship Elimination Chamber match. The Samoan Slaughterhouse is Nia Jackson Tamina against the Riot Squad, Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan. Fire and Desire, Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. The Iconics, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. The Boss and Hug Connection, Sasha Banks and Bayley. And Fabulous Glow, Naomi and Carmella. Now, I am inclined to believe that Nia Jackson Tamina are going to win these titles, and I would assume that Sasha Banks and Bayley win them at WrestleMania. That is my prediction.
That's my prediction as well. I still wish that we had any inkling about what that means for the SmackDown tag teams after this match. If a Raw team wins, I want there to be some kind of resolution there. Like, did they just go back to like having singles competition? Like, I don't understand what that means. But yes, you're right. It's going to be Nia and Tamina, Wolf. But okay, we'll just have to suffer through that until Sasha is healthy.
So that's the Elimination Chamber. Anything you're particularly looking forward to on this show?
No. I mean, the chamber matches are always fun, but I feel like in both of them, in the men's match, I feel like it's a foregone conclusion, which kind of hurts it for me. And I don't have Mustafa in there, who I really would have been wanting to watch. And in the women's tag team titles match, I feel like the team that I want to win, either through the injury thing that's going on or because they want to hold off and have them win it for the first time at Mania, isn't going to win. So I guess there's kind of intrigue of who is going to win. But I think that's also a foregone conclusion. I think that Nia and Tamina are definitely winning it. So there's not that suspense either. And as far as the other matches, like, I don't feel like they've been built up properly in a way that I actually want to watch them. So, like,
I would like our wonderful viewers to help us build up our Facebook properly.
Yes.
We are at Fightful Online on Facebook. You can also search for us, Fightful Pro Wrestling, MMA and Boxing. I am giving that much more attention. I will be doing an exclusive podcast on there in the future. We do a lot of exclusive podcasts on FightfulSelect.com. That is the most direct way to support an independent wrestling website, trying to do things the right way. If you haven't figured out by now, guys, I'm not bringing you exclusive news that's wrong. I make sure that this stuff is well vetted and comes from good sources before I report it.